I pick up, I like it as well, but I'm also seeing Alliance as a really difficult team for EG to kill. Especially if they don't get a really good start over
Their
on
one
players
weakness
like Mason.
is indeed damage. That's actually a really good point that EG will have to address. Arteezy has to get damage items at some point, and so will Storm, but just later on in the game, I think they can definitely get the damage they need, especially if they can set up for a black hole, like you said. It's gonna be, they're gonna have plenty of time to deal massive AoE damage, but you know what?
Universe
This gives me flashbacks to the old EG strategy, the Knight strategy. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Sven was Rogue Knight. Then they had Chaos Knight, Dragon Knight,
Omni Knight,
and
who was the? There was the last Knight.
Holy Knight, Chen,
yeah.
I think. At least had a strategy where they had 4 of those. And it actually worked out very well. EG didn't lose with that strategy for like 4 or 5 games in a row. So
30 seconds to battle.
Well, we'll see how this goes as far as the lanes go. Let's have a look at how EG are looking to position themselves right now. We've got PPD playing as the Wraith King Zai onto the Enigma. Storm Spirit will be played by Mason. In the mid lane, Arteezy onto his Dragon Knight, and finally Universe in the top lane on Omni Knight. I think EG are expecting Alliance to do an aggressive trial lane.
Yep.
So they're going to put Omni Knight against that, but unfortunately for them, it's a safe lane from Alliance, and I don't think EG's lane has a chance against that.
Well, let's see how it all unfolds, man. There's so much on the line here. I can't believe that everything comes down to a best of 1. Everything comes down to a best of 1 for Alliance. Everything they've done before this point, and even then, like, this only gets them into the next stage. This gets them into a tiebreaker situation.
They still have a chance of getting into the winner's bracket.
That... Yes.
You look at like a grid that says nothing about it.
No,
like, okay.
it does,
yes.
Because my brain was also putting other information in. So, yes, you were right. Alright, so our lanes as far as it goes, like S4 and Arteezy get to battle it head to head in this middle lane. Arteezy gonna be really careful about this. Now he's got enough money for his bottle, which is really good for him. So we can have that come out to him already. But look at Batrider. Like, Batrider's in exactly the same position here, and he's actually not even buying it straight away, which is interesting to see from S4. You assume he's just going to go into a bottle. I'm wondering if he thinks he can get away with a really early Blink Dagger here. No. He's not going to risk it. He's just buying time with last hits, and the bottle's now coming out.
Yeah, S4 is doing a great job in the mid lane. This is S4's most comfortable position in any game. Batrider in a lane that he should win. Batrider against a melee hero. Excellent harassment currently on Arteezy with 5 stacks of napalm. He's free farming.
How is Mason meant to win this off lane? He's down here as almost a sacrificial Storm Spirit, which isn't a great thing. And up on top lane, the bear from Lone Druid is scouting out every single movement of PPD as well as Universe, and there's no way for this lineup to really jump and surprise Admiral Bulldog. And Admiral Bulldog is the greatest thing in the world. He pulled the camp to the side, which means he's getting the experience up and running, and once the entangle potential is there as well, Admiral Bulldog can almost turn this top lane to his advantage. Get an Orb of Venom over on that bear, and then just start to actually beat into the Omni Knight as well as Wraith King.
Yeah, but here we go. They swapped around. This is what I expected. They put Universe top expecting Alliance to put some different lanes, and they got caught off guard. They actually put the obvious lanes, and because of that, they're gonna have to rotate Universe. Will now start running across the map. They've sent Mason top so that he can get some farm, but the problem for Mason is he's gonna be playing against a Lone Druid that's gonna be level 3 with Mason on level 2 on the Storm. Yep. So in all likelihood, Lone Druid will get level 5 before Mason, and the entangles can start kicking in. And Storm is awful at dealing with Lone Druid in the bear.
Yeah,
in the lane.
It feels really bad now. Like they're behind in levels. Like Universe is going to take forever to get to the bottom lane. Like you can TP down there, but I don't even think they're looking at that. Like Zai is now doing this. I take 1 creep from the bottom lane and then farm up Ancients. This is the only use that EG is now currently getting from their off lane, while Alliance, they're actually getting a little bit of stacks inside the jungle. EGM is taking care of that one. They're harassing Arteezy out of the middle lane. Like, this DK is 7 for 0 up against a 17 for 6 Batrider. And when he gets close like this with Concussive Shot, as well as, like, Sticky Napalm, oh, they're thinking about this. Flame Break, gonna push him back. That could be his death right now. 3 Napalm stacks, Stick Shot to keep him alive, and S4 too deep underneath the tower. I think this is the reason why also Universe was waiting a long time there in the middle lane for exactly that kind of moment, but he went away and now he TP'd back. That's 135 gold down the drain.
And it's his off lane down the drain. He was heading down to his lane bottom, and now he has to TP mid again, so He lost a lot of time, and the problem is, I think Omni Knight, at the point he reaches level 7, he's one of the most impactful heroes in the game. The heal is insane. It heals 360 and deals 360 pure damage in a 240 AoE. He has a magic immunity, basically a BKB on the target that he can just cast, and his ultimate gives physical invulnerability. Absolutely amazing hero, but really bad at playing from behind. And he's currently level 2. He's now going to go back to base for mana and run all the way to the bottom lane. He has to get levels. That's what this hero, the only thing this hero needs is levels. He doesn't need farm. He has to get levels.
Man, this is like the worst thing in the world. Like that, Mr. Courier flying right over the top of the Spirit Bear. Should actually point out too that Admiral Bulldog has already been forced to resummon his bear once up on this top lane. But he is really forcing the issue a lot more. Like, he's 4.5 levels on this lone druid compared to now the current offlaner for EG, which is Universe as the Omni Knight. Now, Omni Knight's going to come down here, and I don't know how fast he can get that repel up. Like, how long is the animation for that? Can Chaos Bolt connect on him if it's like almost a point blank range before he can get repel up?
They have similar cast points, I think. So if he starts a reactionary repel when he sees Chaos Bolt getting cast, he won't be in time if he's in melee. But with the travel time for the projectile in the air, definitely at 400 or 500 range away, he can easily get a repel off when he sees the animation start from Loda.
Man, well, also look at EGM. Like, I thought his stacking would be for somebody else, but he's farming it himself with wisps. He almost got himself like the full triple stack again, but he's up at level 4 coming out of the jungle. Obviously he's not going to keep up. Actually, he's got more farm than an Enigma does. A Wisp is actually out farming an Enigma.
Yeah, it's this ward from Alliance that's been crippling Zai quite a bit there in the jungle. In addition to just Enigma moving a little bit around to the top lane, trying to put some pressure on the lone druid, but hasn't really worked out. Admiral Bulldog now with level 5 is going to start being really annoying. Orb of Venom.
Yeah, he knows that with Orb of Venom, with no health by blast, PvT. Well, he's going to drop in life points, but at the same time, they're going to lose this bear. There's actually a long time this bear's still left on cooldown, and yeah, the Vortex him back. This is worth it. It's 300 Oh, come on! They can't finish him! He denies it to the neutrals. He actually denies his bear to the Vols, and he'll have a resummon up in 22 seconds.
That's a really big deal here for Bulldog. It's 300 gold and a lot of experience that would have gone the way of EG, but managing to deny it like that is... It's crucial. Killing a bear like that is the same as killing a hero, so he basically avoided first blood, pretty much.
Yeah, well, there's an invis rune for S4. That could actually be the action rune. RK was watching the bottom lane, watching where the DK was moving, because DK came to look for it. Man, Zai, he freaks me out when I see his bar drop that low. he's soul ringing on the ancient area after taking a little bit of damage from it. And even Admiral Bulldog, he's farming up ancients now so he doesn't risk his freshly bear. I think he's just trying to burn off a little bit more time on this bear before he puts it at risk again on the top lane. Because there is starting to get more and more damage out of Mason as well as PPD, and Mason just cracked level 6. So the Soul Ring Storm Spirit has the ability to jump a long way. And look what Universe is. He's playing Demon Dota. And this really is classic Jimmy. Sitting in the tree line, soaking up the experience. The former teammate of him as well.
Yep. Oh, Loda's pinging.
Yeah, I think he feels it, but he's waiting for EGM to come down here. Hand of Minus into the corner, and he found him. Does he have a cutout? He doesn't have any way cutout. Low first blood is actually on the DK in the middle lane. They used the invis rune after we thought that might have been the lock-in position.
Classic roaming lone druid.
Damn it to hell.
Ganking mid. Oh well, he was farming the Ancient, so the path down there was actually pretty short. And Lasso put to use by S4, securing the first blood here for Alliance, and they're off to a really good start. Loda has completely uninterrupted farm now, currently 47 CS. Second on the board is their mid laner on the Bat Rider. And Arteezy has just been shut down very hard by this Bat Rider so far this game. S4 has been dominating mid.
It's gonna continue more now. Like a first blood up against the DK, first time he gets into Dragon Form 2, the fortification just comes up, and RK is just nuking down the creep wave. It's trying to push DK away from the town so the poison can't keep ticking it down. But it's now Alliance with a 1-game advantage. They got a CK who's farming his ass off now with Hand of Midas as well, so he's good. And EGM is half a level away from having Relocate ready. So with all of these things put together, you've basically got like Alliance with great killing potential. The Blink Deck is not far off, and they're going to go for Arteezy. Concussive shot, he Dragon Tails on S4, but Loda, he TP'd himself in so he can drag Arteezy back. Second death within the space of 1 minute. And the rotation, she may even get some more. The Hellfire Blast goes off on the bear, so Admiral Bulldog, trying to get himself to a point where he can entangle over on PPD, has to recall the bear up, but the bear's got higher movement speed than PPD. First hit couldn't get the entangle.
Arteezy did manage to get 3/4 of that tower though, so I guess maybe worth dying for, considering how far behind he is already. His main goal right now is to get them some sort of map control here by taking down the buildings, and now TP down to bottom to get some much needed farm, of course. As mentioned, he is far behind, but he can come back on the Dragon Knight in this game for sure. The problem is he's running down into a lane that already has a Chaos Knight in it now, and will be pretty hard pressed to do anything down here. EGM, 3 experience away from level 6 on IO. 9 minutes in, it's a good timing. Actually even 26 CS on him. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. His eyes up on this top lane. With one creep to go down in front of him, he'll actually crack his level 6 on the way in here. And in fact, there it is. So they're going to force the top lane with a black hole now available for EG. But Admiral Bulldog's just going to pull the aggro off the lane. Actually, was he transferring over? Okay, just some healing. Right, where is he going? It's actually taking the conversion army and the creep wave down the river. So it wastes the timing of these conversions.
Still going to be doing some damage to the tower, but there's no creep wave helping out, so Bulldog is just, yeah, his bear is just standing there.
I'm waiting for his bear to actually take the creep wave towards the mid lane. Let S4 get double farm. Because he's sitting there looking for a blink dagger. With a double creep wave, you firefly it up, you'd actually have that much.
Yeah, he has it in the moment anyway.
Okay, Admiral Bulldog's ready, he wants it himself.
I think it's better to give it to Bulldog as well. They want to make sure that the Lone Druid gets to a place in this game where he starts putting a lot of pressure, and S4 already is winning by a lot. I think having 6 CS per minute at 10 minutes for Batrider is exceptionally good. Even for a mid lane bat, that's phenomenal. Loda is slightly ahead. That speaks for itself, right?
Yeah.
Loda is 8 CS ahead on a safe lane free farming Chaos Knight. The mid Batrider.
Look at EG's maneuver. It's like, let's 5-man down mid, boys. 5-man down mid. Zai will be our bait.
This is how you put Omni Knight to use. He's level 5, level 2 repel, level 3 on the heal. This tower is gone. Alliance won't try to fight for it. They'll go and try to get a trade bottom. I think EG could try to brute force down for the tier 2. Make use of their lineup right now. Put some pressure. Oh, we got a jump!
The Firefly just wore off too. He pulled the blink dagger, expecting death. Mason almost getting completely destroyed there by RK. But S4 will go down after the jump. But the trade-off is still towers. Like, Loda has popped Phantasm.
Oh, he got lucky. He got the extra illusion.
He's going to actually have 3 of himself to attack that tier 1 tower. And EGM can just keep playing it, like buffing him up as well.
Oh, the one range creep got the tower. Oh, Loda. That's gotta suck. That's quite a bit of money down the drain. And meanwhile, EG taking a tier 2. EG easily ahead on this trade. Now Alliance will try to put some pressure top here with the Lone Druid, but Bulldog gets scared and backs off. TP support coming down here from EG.
Universe going to crack level 6. A creep on the bottom lane.
EG just managed to claim a lot there.
But look what S4 is doing in the meantime. Like, he did buy that blink dagger, he's coming in, and now he'll spot Zai and PPD. And as she goes on PPD, of all people, relocates on the way in, so now they're going to also bring Loda towards the battle. So PPD, no level 6 yet, he's just short, so there's no Ankh to worry about from him. And Zai, silence, nuke down, flame break as well. They pick up 2 inside the jungle, and now Admiral Bulldog can finish that tier 1 tower on the top lane. EG may have claimed something, Alliance take it straight back with interest.
Loda is getting so big in this game. His farm is pretty amazing. 6k net worth. He has a GPM of, wait, what's his GPM? Am I miscalculating? No, I'm not. He's got 500 GPM at 12 minutes. A hero like Chaos Knight, that is phenomenal. They have the top 3 on the net worth charts, Alliance, with Batrider in 2nd place. This game is looking good. They're keeping their hopes alive to get to the playoffs here.
I'm surprised Loda got drums in this one. I was considering the amount of money he had, he could have gone straight into an armlet. Like this kind of lineup. But I suppose a little bit more survivability and chase is going to be good for them. In case that Omni Knight really does cause them some problems. And now we get a Maelstrom over on the bear. We're not looking at a Radiance Lone Druid this time around.
He might get it next. This is a build-up that Admiral Bulldog goes for a lot because the Maelstrom increases his farming speed by a lot, and if he doesn't go for the Midas, this is a... yeah, it's the same logic. You farm a lot faster. Sure, you don't get the bonus XP from the Midas, but Lone Druid might not actually need it this game. It's more about just getting some pressure out from the bear.
EG's going to be tagging out this damage a hell of a lot. The Medallion of Courage is flying in for PPD. which make this a little bit easier. In fact, they got bottles, they got medallions. In fact, the medallions, turn the medallion around, please. There goes your flame break. Luckily, no one put up on the hill there. I say lucky for EG, but S4 fireflying himself around the edge of the pit, so they can perfectly see this one. He's actually triggered the invis rune as well. I don't think he got detection for this. Now, Lone Drew is bear sitting on the edge. He fireflies himself and it sits on top. Sorcerer picks up the eggs. It was killed by the Dire, and then your black hole from Zai catching S4 in here, and maybe they get a little bit more with that Lone Drew bear down. So they actually get themselves a kill on the Bat Rider. They claim the Roshan with the Aegis.
Dire's
And they got the Lone Troll Bear.
Fighting into Omni Knight is so difficult. If
You saw what he wanted to do then. Like, he knew they didn't have detection. All he wanted to do was just come in there, pick up the Aegis, and then firefly himself out.
There's only one way for Alliance to take that fight, and that is in your face, lasso the Omni, and stun the Enigma. I cannot imagine any other way that they could win that fight. Like, if Omni Knight doesn't get stunned or jumped on, he ultis and everyone stays alive. And at the same time, Enigma with a very easy black hole. The repel was on the Storm Spirit, so S4 couldn't go on Mason. And EG just claimed Roshan and probably a tier 1 tower bottom. The trade-off could happen here in mid. Bulldog is starting to put some pressure here, and the rotation's coming in from
the
that
trade-off's also on top lane. Like, Loda's getting free farm up here, and he's building into what I now assume is his SMY. Because Loda is still one of the very few players that subscribes to this type of build. And they're moving everybody up. Like, I think S4 is also searching for any kind of kill. If someone comes near him, they'll just take him. So they take EG's Jungle Alliance here, and they'll search for one person. And they got one that's in pretty close, but there's no aggressive observer wards. Repel on Mason.
So he has a regen as well.
He's going to jump on Loda. But Admiral Bulldog, he sends the bear in, there's extra TP, and he focuses EGM at the very start. But S4 jumps in, the lasso's over on Universe, the bear focuses Auto Ultimate coming out from Skywrath Mage. Mason goes down, the Aegis is gone, Red King is burning in the Firefly, and the bear continues to fight PPD, backing himself up. Mason, a jump out again. The Lone Draw bear is on the sideline. No resummon available here for Admiral Bulldog. Arcade low on life. Mason just bouncing from one to the next, and the rest of Alliance trying to bail out of here. Arteezy though low on life. Loda turns back into this one. He has a little bit of Chaos Ball, still 10 stick charges. Now he looks for an opening. The Mech Charge keeping EG fighting on these front lines. And the Drum Charge triggering here from Loda. They still won out. Mason cutting his way through the tree line. S4 Flame Break, PPD about to die, but they don't want to die in front of him because the ankle really slow him down. S4 off to the sidelines, being chased, still with the Firefly. Mason out of mana, he cannot chase us any further. And the Lone Draw Bears looking for the pickoff over on PPD. But the rest of Alliance is a little bit too far away for the bear to attack. And they will back themselves up. 5-3, EG, successful defense.
Loda really wanted to turn and fight there, but he realized he was taking too much damage. Even with the overcharge from EGM on IO, it was still technically almost a 1-on-4 he was running into, so he had to get out of there immediately. But Alliance, they still managed to claim the Aegis, kill the hero with the Aegis. They almost take the tower. I believe they got a kill on the Omni Knight. So took advantage of the fact that Enigma's Black Hole was on cooldown after that Roshan fight, and at least managed to get some sort of trade-off overall here. And now Loda, back to farming the bottom lane, has a Sanj. We'll see if it's Sanj and Yasha or eventually going to be a Halberd here. I'm surprised he doesn't go for an Armlet in this game. I think he had so good farm, and it's so good with Phantasm.
I actually got a feeling that it's going to be SMY and Armlet. He might go for the Halberd just because he'll look at Arteezy and realize Arteezy is actually going to go in for a Maelstrom.
But what if he went Armlet Heart? Like, what's going to stop the Chaos Knight at that point? The AoE damage from EG is insufficient.
Yep.
I'm a little surprised that Loda doesn't do that, or alternatively get a BKB now so that you can just play freely around the fight and pull your illusions around with you. We're gonna see EG taking a top tier 1 here, taking a lot of damage from the Firefly as well as the
It's all for the trade-off though. The tier 2 tower's being beaten down by Loda. Did he just get lucky? No, he didn't get lucky again. It's level 2 Phantasm up. So he's got more of himself, but the fortification will slow down Alliance, and there's going to be a TP coming in towards mid lane. But they decided to focus one, and now, well, actually, that TP very wisely cancelled because Loda and EGM would have killed off whoever finished that TP.
Yeah, there was no way that was going to work out for Zai, so obviously had to cancel that one out. Alliance take a trade. Tier 2 for tier 1, I guess they're going to be happy with that. The mid tier 1, however, still standing. Yeah,
Loda's so fat. He's 8.7k net worth to the 6.8k of Mason. And now, PPD. Well, that's a nice invis room for him. There's no detection here for Alliance, so we can walk freely invis. He's got to prep for somebody else. Universe is coming over.
EGM is in a lot of trouble now.
Look at it,
Relocate though,
relocating.
perfect timing!
Hellfire Blast, he actually evades it! They come in, they kill off Arteezy, and the Hellfire Blast went, which means EGM knows it. Look, they're bringing Loader back over, just in case. That relocate, the gank on Arteezy in the middle lane couldn't have come at a better time for Alliance. They evade the invis gank.
I actually had the colors messed up there. I think it didn't make a difference. Because the hero I was looking for to jump on the Wraith King stun was Mason on the Storm, but he wasn't there. It was the Omni Knight who was there. So
yeah.
I think Wraith King actually didn't even want to stun there. He was just scouting, because that stun wouldn't have had any impact. They would have still relocated in after he got stunned, right? It doesn't break it. I still don't have the understanding of what exactly breaks relocate and what doesn't. It's...
There's a couple of things out there that still do it.
Yeah, it's a little confusing sometimes, I think. Or maybe I'm just stupid. It's probably me being stupid. But
hey man, you have more mechanic...
It's not a hero I play.
You have more mechanic knowledge than I do, so...
Probably. On IO we're probably even, dude. I don't know anything about that hero. I really don't enjoy playing that hero.
Okay, Loader's at a point now where he can buy his halberd. The sacrifice is buyback, but I think at this point in the game it wouldn't really matter. But he's not at the point where he can buy his SMY. He needs to wait a little bit longer and get that Randomizer trigger again before they can do such a thing. And top tower is getting denied up by Arteezy. What do you think about Arteezy not going in for a BKB in this lineup and instead going to go for a Maelstrom? Fan? Not fan?
I think I'm a fan.
Fan of Zai dying? Maleficent stun, he's kind of got to use it. The last is going to go. And there you go, the nuke. They even relocate in Loader as well as EGM for that one. Wisp actually did the last hit too.
I'm a fan of Mjolnir in this game. They need something more to deal with the Chaos Knight illusions, and I think that's Arteezy's reasoning here. They need the Mjolnir. If he gets a BKB, yes, it's good, but at the same time, they already have Repel if they want to keep him safe, and then he can get the Mjolnir and actually deal with Loader, who will be the biggest threat.
They're coming to kill Loader. There's 3 heroes moving from EG down, but they all walk past the Observer Ward, which is just a little bit further up here in the river. Because of that right now, like, Alliance, they just back themselves up, and this is wasted time for Universe, Mason, and PPD. And what is Omnic building? Omnic's got Tranquils and Soul Ring, dude. I assume it's meant to be the 4-star for Blink Deck.
I think Blink is a great choice. At this point, it's all about getting into the fight and using your ulti and repel. And he can't start in the middle of the fight, because then he gets jumped by S4 and just gets killed.
Blinks himself away, but he can still see PPD just sitting on the edge. And you'll also notice the fact that he dropped the Observer Ward down. At the same time, S4 has got a 4-star float into himself.
And EG, they'll be looking to take the bottom tier 2 now. They're in a great position if Omni Knight stays back here. They can repel up Arteezy or Mason and go for a dive.
It's taking too long.
They could even repel Enigma and get a guaranteed black hole that can only get countered by Lasso, but that's really hard. And they're going to TP mid to try and defend, but I think PPD is going to be too late.
They needed to just deny the tower. Lone Druid got it. That's actually his relic. If he can get this bear out of here safely, he's got the relic anyway, but he wants to get the bear out. Bottom lane, there's a Wisp relocate coming in. Whoa!
He's alone!
EGM, have friends! Loyal was just like, dude, you're not taking me with you.
Maybe they actually deliberately decided. The moment they cast the relocate, they were like, this is an awful idea, go alone.
Yeah.
Don't bring me into my death, says Loda.
Hey man, Loda's been actually having a really damn good game this game. Like, let's not see gamer feed. Loader is 2-0-2. You don't want to let that CK die. And CK, he's got 3.7k gold. I got a funny feeling this is just a casual Sunge. He's gonna go straight. He's gonna go straight. Well, Hard or BKB?
I still think Hard is the better choice.
It's Hard. Yeah. Loader's picked up a Reaver. How tanky is this CK? How tanky are all the CKs?
The moment he has the heart, I think Alliance could be in a position where they can start pressuring the base even. And they'll probably look to secure Roshan first, who will be spawning up in about, let's see, what's that? A minute and 1 1/3 minute time, which Alliance obviously don't know, but we'll be looking for it soon.
Yeah.
The Radiance, the timing on Alliance's items is perfect here. They will have
Heart's
Radiance.
Gonna arrive just after Radiance.
Heart and Radiance at the same time. You take Roche, you go and end the game. It's actually doable for Alliance here. I don't think EG managed to accomplish enough early on with their draft. I really liked it, but it crippled them a lot the way they put the lanes initially. And afterwards, the amount of pressure that was on the mid lane where Universe felt like he had to help out, they lost out so much on other lanes that EG just haven't found enough. They've done a great job at taking towers. They've actually taken 5 towers, which is something that our line was really good at, but the kills in the farm just hasn't followed with it enough. to put them in a good enough position here. They're only 3,000 gold behind though. 5,000 experience, it's definitely manageable. But as you pointed out, come mid-late game, do they have the damage to actually kill the heroes?
It's really difficult, man. Like, there's one big upside fact, because there's no BKB, Mason's Orc is going to be a lot more effective on all of these heroes from Alliance. So he might be able to, but then again, who's going to be focusing? Like, you focus on loaders, like, yeah, I'm going to Orc at this guy, then all of a sudden EGM's sitting there in the back lines going, well, I got you, man. Like, he's kind of going to focus on something else. Lone Druid's Bear is currently, well, dying inside the Roche pit, and this is only like 5 seconds before Roshan's going to spawn up. And that's actually a really bad thing for Lone Druid. He just resummons, so he doesn't have another bear summon for 2 minutes from now.
Yeah, but EG can't focus the bear in the fights. That's the problem. There's going to be too many other issues for them, so having one bear now for Bulldog is actually enough as long as his team is with him in the fight, they're going to be just fine. Now PPD is going to see the fact that Roche is up. We'll see if EG are going to try to collapse on that.
S-Force is coming in too, and he's going to, Elias know it as well. And they'll see Mason starting the attack. But completely, yeah, look at him just clean up this entire area here. Yeah, Devil's Pitchfork just facing the way of the Roche pit. And EG will look to fight before they take Roche out.
I like the pressure from EG here that they're actually trying to force something to happen around the Roche instead of just trying to split push and not having anything break out.
Mason! He went all the way up just then. There's still no entangled hip. He's going to get a kill straight out in S4. Very aggressive.
Get this bear, but I don't think they can. They have to get the hell out of there,
actually. Enough damage, man.
Lotus Illusions are doing a lot of damage, but Phantasm used.
Yep.
They got like nothing out of that. Really surprising, but at the same
must
time,
be Roshan for EG right now.
When Storm jumps Bat like that and Bat gets taken out, Alliance lose their initiation power, and if they choose to commit to that fight, Guardian Angel.
Yep.
The counter to Omni Knight is dead. He can self-repel and guarantee a Guardian Angel, and there's the Mjolnir coming out
fully
on
done.
Arteezy.
They're gonna have him backed up right now, like Arteezy got that slot available with no money for buyback, and he's still 0-3 on Arteezy. This is a guy who like somehow has power during fights and fights from behind. But this Roshan, actually they're gonna give the Aegis Immortal over to Mason instead. And Mason's also getting very, oh, you got a regen rune as well to boot. Nice. But he's almost got a Lincoln Sphere, which means Chaos Bolt, a lot of actually the abilities of Alliance, like they're gonna have a real hard time latching that Storm Spirit.
We actually lost his regen here to the Centaur. I don't think he expected that. There's the heart. Loda will get level 16 as well in a moment. Like, if Alliance get the fight on their terms, they're gonna absolutely stomp EG. I have no doubt in my mind about it right now.
They found S4 again. The silence, the relocate's gonna come in through the rear at the moment. And who do they go on? It's PPD, but remember, it's only the Yank. 4 seconds on that stun as EGM backing himself away. The Oli has gone off from Universe, but PPD entangled, and they're gonna drop him again. Zai's coming in for PPD, gets his one charges off with the mech from Zai, keeping him alive. Now Loda, the black hole, dragging him back into the tree line here. Universe trying to get in close, and Loda, he's stuck in the trees. EGM trying to pull him out at the moment. Admiral Bulldog still managed to bring down the Rage King. One last time. It's actually 3 seconds over on Universe, but Loda turned back in just to die straight away. And EGM has to tether himself away after getting stunned up. That damage from Arteezy. EGM still has one charges up his sleeve, so that's the reason why he's still alive. But Loda really turned back in for that last stun for no gain.
Guardian Angel, man. On that fight alone. Absolutely won that fight. The repel on Storm Spirit. The thing is, Mason can item build like this against a lineup that should generally be countering him fairly well. The silence from Skywrath counters him, the lasso counters him, Chaos Bolt, repel, jump in, Orchid, kill a target. The follow-up is Alliance will try to turn around and fight because they have a lot of fight in them. Even if they lose any of their heroes, they can actually still turn and easily put a fight up. But with Guardian Angel available and EG with already tanky heroes with a Repelled Storm, a Wraith King with 2 lives, and a Dragon Knight, Loda cannot do it like this. They have to get Omni first.
Yes.
That's what I mean when I'm saying if Alliance get the fight on their terms. Yeah.
Every single time, EG's been the one initiating and taking out S4.
If Alliance get it on their terms, if they jump the Omni Knight and kill him off, EG better get the hell out of there quick or they're going to lose the entire team. But Universe's positioning has been absolutely great. He's died once in this game so far. It's a 30-minute game. And it's not an easy game to play Omni Knight in by any means. There's a Bat Rider with Lasso, Silence from Skywrath, Stun from Loda. The Bear can chase you away and put pressure on you.
Yep.
He's just keeping his cool.
Blink Dagger's also appeared on the Enigma too, so EG's got another thing which can just catch Alliance completely off guard. But Alliance at least have one nice thing that's working for them. They have every other tower apart from the T2 tower in the middle down, and the Radiance Burning Bear is going to be able to do an easy split push. Like S4 is the one giving the momentum up on the top lane at the moment. Once Lone Druid feels a little bit more comfortable with his bear, he could just put it out into the lane, and then EG always have to be looking behind themselves. Now, Storm Spirit can obviously go and gank up the bear, but they don't have great split push power here, EG. So that's one thing which we have to keep in mind. Alliance, they are really a team that knows how to split push. We have to always bear that in mind. And CK continues to farm up as well. He's going to get stronger and stronger as time goes by.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Also, once that mech is finally done, like, we're still looking at what's going to be a 32-minute mech for Alliance, because EGM is still 300 gold away from that. It's taken way too long. Loader or EGM, they don't want to be out here. Like, they see Arteezy up on the top lane, but there's still 4 big heroes in that bottom.
Split pushing could definitely be an approach that Alliance could take.
Going?
Oh boy. Initiation from Zai.
Yep.
And the follow-up as well. Will they really get him out?
Dragging him out.
Well, this is a dead IO.
Yep.
That's for sure. ET are just gonna cluster up around him. Actually, I guess they're just scouting really quickly whether Alliance are gonna bring in more people, but...
There's no one coming, man.
Easy successful gank here for EG. They didn't get what they wanted to go for, but at least they got a kill. And we'll be buying some more time. They'll be getting some more farm and starting to pressure out the lanes a little bit more.
They could top lane here. Like, there's a Blink Lasso available.
This is confident from Arteezy.
behind.
He knows Lasso's there.
S4 should go.
He's gonna die!
Yep, Blink, Lasso, Skywrath, drop the hammer, right on Arteezy, seal him up. Admiral Bulldog brings the bear in as well. And this is now well worth the trade. That's the DK going down. And all you lost was, like, your Whisper to relocate. Mason, he burnt every bit of mana he had to jump out here. He's got nothing left in the tank to fight with.
Arteezy pretty much should have seen that gank coming.
Yeah.
Alliance, they knew they weren't bottom because they had just been ganking CK Wisp down there. And with Bad Rider having been in the top lane for that long, and both the Skywrath and Lone Druid going missing on the map, they were definitely going to run and snipe him off. So Arteezy getting caught off guard here. He's now up to 4 deaths, but looking at the golden experience graph, EG has pulled the game back entirely. They're actually leading by, would you believe it, 330 gold.
That's huge. That's not.
It's actually huge that they pulled it, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
Considering how well it was looking for Alliance and what they had accomplished,
So
he's just done a great job. I've seen this story before, but not enough mana.
4-star for Bat Rider, really working overtime for him. EGM, like, hang on, did he just not... Oh, obviously because he died, like, this mech again has been delayed. But Chaos Knight's getting fatter and fatter as still time goes by, man. They still have the question, where's your physical DPS coming from? It's not going to come from Mason. Mason's all about, like, your burst damage. And your DK, he got beyond you. That's great for Arteezy. But it's not enough to deal with the strength which is currently there for the CK. Or even for, like, the Lone Druid. Like, what happens once this bear is able to pick up an AC? These are 2 guys trying to bring down a bear together with the DD rune as well on the Enigma. Okay, PPD will come in. 3 heroes to kill off a bear. Bottom lane, Loader, initiated on by Mason. He's still got the Aegis Immortal, so Loader doesn't really want to properly kill him off here, and Universe will just repel him. Obviously, the physical DPS here of Loader is still going to trigger out that Aegis.
Nice timing by Mason.
Now, 1 second before the
Aegis was expiring in 3 seconds, and he just wanted to die. He just wanted to use his mana. Perfectly timed by EG. Loda could have actually made a really big play there by not killing him. If he could have managed to chase and wait 2 more seconds.
S4 sees Arteezy, they're going to go again. Dragon Tail Stun will be there, and Zai...
Oh, the black hole!
He's on 3! Arteezy on the edge, and the splash damage! Alliance, they put themselves into their own grave. 4 stuff up, Arcade couldn't breach the tree line. He's got no TP available, no ultimate available. Zai will find him in the corner, and 4 heroes for Alliance will be lost on the top lane.
Do you remember you said where's the damage going to come from? Midnight Pulse.
Oh yeah. Kind of forget about how many life points you've got as a CK. How's Midnight Pulse work? Hell yeah.
What an absolute sick play by EG. Perfectly baited out by Arteezy. The follow-up from Zai on the money. And EG, they were looking... It was looking grim for them, but with every passing minute, it just looks like they're taking control of this game. Alliance are not finding any sort of split push or any sort of team fight on their terms. It's all about EG's execution at this point, I feel. They're just flat out outplaying Alliance for the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This tower's gone. Loda could buy back, but he really doesn't want to do that.
No, he needs his money. He really needs to find his next
They might actually let it go. 10 seconds until Loda's back. They don't have Black Hole. Better play it safe. Now Arteezy picking up the BKB and Mason. Mason's getting so big, man.
Yeah.
Storm Spirit with Bloodstone, Orchid, soon to be a Lincoln Sphere, because he doesn't... There's no Diffusal coming up on Alliance. They have no one building it, so he he doesn't need to care about, or he doesn't need to get a BKB. Technically, they could break his Lincolns with something and then defusal the repel afterwards, but even then, actually they don't have really good tools for doing that, so he doesn't need to build the BKB. It's a huge advantage for Storm to be able to not build that item, because when you think about it, it's actually really bad for him stat-wise. The amount of gold you invest compared to the potential of the hero, it's a strictly, you know, it's a hybrid defensive and offensive item. You can go aggressive because you have it, but you could go so much more aggressive with pretty much any other good damage item on a Storm Spirit. So, getting a lot out of the repel in this game so far, Mason.
We've got movement coming out.
And
from
he's caught
Alliance.
up on farm with Loda. Would you believe it? Loda was so far ahead.
And that's also a guy who's running ahead of Midas as well, up against your Storm Spirit who's not. But when Mason still only got 3 for 0. Like, as far as like kill count goes for this game, it's really not that high. A lot more of this comes just down to positioning and who's able to get that initial pick off, because that gives you the advantage in the fight. And EG is just starting to group
no, they
themselves
didn't
up.
find Universe. And now EG are going to blink down towards the bottom lane. Nothing to be claimed right now. Roshan is not respawned yet. They got a pretty slow respawn here. Need to wait about another 1.5 minutes before that happens. So they're just like, whatever.
Like the warding, which is inside their own jungle again. They're watching where CK as well as Whisper.
They've
moving
actually
around.
managed to cover, like, look at this. They've managed to place 3 wards across the entirety of the map, actually. So really great warding coming out from EG, keeping tab.
Down one. S4, get out of there. 4 staff up. The Orchid's already gone, and Mason will keep with him. And that's the death of the Bat Rider. 50 seconds on the sidelines, and there is a buyback available for him. EGM and Loda have to push out this top lane as quickly as they possibly can, because EG's coming down mid, and Black Hole's off cooldown in 9 seconds time. EG's ready to fight, and they will.
Arteezy popping the Elder Dragon form will start dealing damage to the tower. There is no glyph for Alliance.
Already a
pullback. There's the buyback.
Yep, they had to do it right now. There is still a resummon available on the Bear. Flamebreak not making this easy for him, but the Bear's on the sidelines. The top lane is being pushed in. They're going for a trade-off. And Loda, he's got 4 of himself beating down this tier 3 tower. Alliance are actually getting the better trade here. If they bring down the range rags as well, like the mid-fight can continue all at once. Storm Spirit's going to jump up, and this big TP's coming back, but they've already taken the rags. EGM, get him out of there. Get Loda back to safety, and they do so. They relocate out. They've taken tier 3 and range rags, and EG is sitting there scratching their heads going, why? They're going to get a kill on EGM, but this is small. This is like getting a box of chocolates after being on Wheel of Fortune. It's not what you want to take home.
They actually didn't even use the glyph and all of that. I don't know if they forgot they had it, or if they thought it wasn't going to help them out, but really surprised from EG. I think that glyph could have bought them the ranged barracks. But
I don't think the damage. I really don't think EG thought the damage was high enough coming out from those from the CK Phantasm. Like, you just look at him there. It's like CK. Like, he put one hit himself into
EG
that.
are a clever and experienced team. If they don't think Phantasm hits hard, they need to go back to Dota school.
Well, man, they didn't use Glyph, so what else are you gonna come up
I'm
with?
not sure.
Well, EG's now going to go have a crack at Roshan. Remember, they've still got all their big team fight abilities. There's your SMY coming out from Loda. 3 almost 2k life points on this guy. Not to mention the MAME, and he's building a Manta style. Wait, what? Okay, he built the Manta. They got the Manta style recipe now. He's just laying it out. It's like you're Mr. Pull. You call the pocket before you start. It's a long way off having that though.
Another Roche goes down. EG. Mason will be getting the Aegis. Cheese will in all likelihood go to Arteezy, but they're gonna grab it on Zai for now. I think he's just being a courier right now. Running up to the Dragon Knight here. And this is so tense. The winner of this game actually gets a lot out of the victory.
Oh yeah. Like EG, if they win, they go straight through to Key Arena. S4's dead. S4 is so totally dead. Caught in the corner by Mason.
S4's gonna feel really shit about this Storm this game. He's gonna hate Mason after this, no matter whether they win or lose. Mason has just ruined his game.
Get out! Nalavistan is not helping him. He's gonna TP. Really close to Arteezy. You at least
that was
made
an
it at
Elder
the
Dragon
form.
form used. Yeah, that's a pretty big ultimate to get on cooldown here. So Alliance at least accomplished that. But Mason, amazing Storm Spirit the whole game. Sick performance from him. He's been doing everything right. He even started in the offlane, if you remember. You can't tell. You really can't tell in this game.
They're coming up mid again. Fortification this time though for Alliance will be available. And just concussive shot. They're trying to slow down Mason, and Mason trying to soak up as much as they got. Like repelled up on him too. Loda wants to initiate and hold him back. They've got to use fortification. Because look at the bottom lane again. Like tower, okay, fortification, okay, maybe teams just don't like doing it. But Admiral
EG
Bulldog,
are not going to make the same mistake
if they
again.
bought a little bit of time, yeah, they're coming back. they're coming back straight away. Admiral Bulldog, if they use fortification, they may have been able to hold on to that tier 1 tower in the mid just a little bit longer. And now refresher, we got double black.
What an item. Loda now with a Manta style.
Did he finish the full thing? Where the hell was it sitting? I was looking here, 2,000 gold, and he bought the recipe for it, but I didn't see him anywhere near a Yasha.
Not sure.
Just keeping it on the ground.
Did he have the Saint Yasha for a bit and then disassemble that, or?
Yeah, actually, that's exactly
Okay.
it. He actually had an SMY.
So
I
that's fine.
forgot he was doing that.
Yeah,
and now
so
I'll
he's-
explain why he bought the recipe.
Yeah. Well, Loda has a lot of illusions. It all comes down to can he get the fight and or the base.
Can they? I think it comes out of something bigger. Can S4 not get caught out?
It's
It's happened.
an absolute nightmare for
It's
S4 this
happened like 5 times during the battles. Like it keeps happening, and Mason keeps focusing him.
Speaking of the devil,
and they're jumping into the tier 4 towers. They need help to come in here, and in comes EGM, keeping S4 alive. 3 seconds on the ton of Mason. The repel will help him break 3, but they come back over to the melee racks. Now fortification is still available, and Loda, he's pushing top lane. He needs
It's actually Bulldog.
It's Bulldog, sorry, I take it back. He's pushing top lane, and Bulldog's actually going to return. He's got us up a TP scroll, there goes your fortification. Bulldog may just consider this as like a full-on trade. Like, they lose their melee racks, they still don't want to fight into double black hole.
They're going bottom.
Oh,
Glyph
they're
is available.
relocating! Where's your black hole? There it is, EGM! He's got
gonna
5
kill off
seconds!
the Illus!
He's going to relocate him back in again! The tower's still going to go down, and they're a home and hose. Well, up on top lane, Admiral Bulldog, he's taking the melee racks! Alliance get the advantage at S4. He's on the back of Arteezy. If he can lasso Arteezy right now, he's trying to fight, but Arteezy, he is the Lone Ranger. S4, there's your lasso. Loda comes in, needs some crits, needs some damage, and S4 needs to get further away. EGM, same as well, buffing up Loda. There's a Dragon Telson as well, but the BKB will wear off. Flame Break bouncing around. There's a concussion shot. Mason flies from the corner of the screen. Universe will come in too. Arcade drops the ult, but minimal to no damage there on Arteezy. Loda, low on life. Refresher off is still there if he wants to use another black hole, but Loda, he'll go down right now. 2
No
heroes
buyback!
to the sidelines.
He doesn't have buyback.
Oh,
End
436
the
gold
game
score.
right now. I can't believe Loda doesn't have a rebuy right now.
And there's
That's
still Aegis
easily
on
2
Mason.
lanes.
They could force this so easy.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Look at them, they're going. Are they going for tier 4 towers? Or are they going for bottom? They're going for the tier 3 tower on bottom lane. EG. This is really freaking critical now. 50 seconds without the CK. How much damage can EG deal?
Easily taking this lane. They cannot get Megas this time around.
The tier 2 tower still up.
They're
Mason.
relocating Bulldog to the bottom lane. We'll be taking the ranged barracks here, Alliance. Doing what they can.
They
Are they
actually
going
have
to
a
leave
better
Bulldog?
chase.
They might leave Bulldog here.
Look at the damage
Yep, they
they're
will.
dealing. Let him finish the job and let him battle up against PPD. This is actually split racks that have been taken. Entangle on PPD. He's actually really low on life here. Meanwhile, back inside the base, 20 seconds until CK's back up again. A jump away. They need to seal up Mason. He's still got the Aegis Immortal and 14 1 charges, but the melee racks on bottom lane does go down. Bulldog is away to safety, but it is 2 Raxes against both of these teams, and maybe now 6 seconds until CK is up. RK, too close, 4 staffed away. S4, he's still got his own 4 staff available too. Thinking about a Firefly to blink lasso. He needs a target but can't find one. And maybe he can. He's right behind it. Zai, still refresher orb available for his black hole if he really needs to do it. But Admiral Bulldog coming in through the back end. The bear looking for an entangle. He's got Zai, he's got Mason, he's got a first hit entangle on Zai.
And then a bash.
They're gonna bash it straight after.
And another one.
Be out, Zai! Madam! Ice Frog hates Zai right now. He is
Okay.
getting done by the random generator. And now EG, they have no Enigma. He actually can buy back, but they don't want to force this. AC is up, and EG actually have split racks against them while they hold mid and bottom racks. What kind of game is this?
I kind of have that feeling that sometimes Bulldog actually presses a button and decides whether he wants an entangle or a bash. And sometimes he's just having a little bit of fun. If the game is going fine, oh, I don't need the entangle right now. Okay, now I want it. He just decides it. Oh my goodness. I actually don't think it mattered there. I'm pretty sure Zai was dead no matter
Oh,
what.
nice
so-
jump! Mason caught Zai. Mason caught EGM, sorry. He was just TPing out in the bottom lane. Good pick off. He's almost got Scythe of Vice. He's building into a Scythe of Vice too.
6. This is one of the best Storm Spirit performances I've seen in a long time. Mason is playing an incredible game and really showcasing how you can use Omni Knight together with Storm Spirit. And in this kind of lineup, EG were behind in the beginning. They were playing against a lineup that's tailored to push towers and end the game in the mid game. And they've managed to keep taking good fights off the back of the Storm Spirit and Omni Knight combination and just find a lot of ganks, turning them into collateral towers. And now we're just down to one lane of barracks for each team. I don't know.
The critical thing for both these teams,
I mean,
especially
just
for Alliance,
watching this is so tense. Like playing, EG have less to lose than Alliance, but being Alliance right now, one misplay cost you your entire. And this isn't even if they win this, you know, it just gets them into a tiebreaker.
It doesn't.
They aren't even through. They can't relax and be like, oh guys, at least we made the top 8. We made the main event. Nope.
Like if Alliance win this, like without Alliance winning this, there is actually no tiebreakers. There's no tiebreakers between the positions. But if Alliance do win this, EG are in a tiebreaker up against DK. And Alliance could be in a tiebreaker with Mousesports. Actually, I take it back. If Mousesports win the game, then there's a tiebreaker.
Then they could tie with LGD.
Yes, they tie with LGD as well as Newbie. They're all 7-8. But yeah, back to this game. That mid tier 2 tower for me is the major thing here for Alliance. If they bring that down, and the side Mouse did it already with, so we've already got ourselves a tiebreaker. If they bring down that tier 2 tower in the middle lane, the potential for relocate in to take tier 3 tower as well as mid racks is so high.
This is all down to Zai. A big performance from Enigma here could end the game. Alliance.
There's Storm, he's already jumped in. He starts over on EGM. They want to get rid of this Wisp, but Arteezy entangled up. Where is your black hole? There it is! S4 and Admiral Bulldog caught out. Wisp is on the sidelines. Bad Rider, S4's almost gone out. Universe triggers the arm, and Admiral Bulldog dying in the midst of it. It's a double kill right now. Loda's trying to pick off Zai, but he's still got Ank. He's still got Reincarnation. They're bringing more support in. Mason trying to battle up against Loda. Can they bring down the Chaos Knight? The Lone Draw Bear is in there. PPD's about to die. They got the Chaos Knight. Buyback by Wisp as well as CK. They're looking for kills on Arteezy. Mason, remember, no Agency Mortal. He's got 19 Bloodstone charges. He'll respawn almost instantly. The top racks does remain intact for now. And EG are bailing themselves out after forcing 4 buybacks from Alliance.
They lost nothing on that. They only used one black hole as well. The one Zai landed was perfect there. You know, this strategy from EG is just... And now, it's really a pleasure to watch unfold right now. They're executing it so damn well.
I think Alliance have no other choice. They have to force a fight down middle lane. If they
don't have Phantasm, they can't do it.
Okay, then they wait 70 seconds. So they can't wait the full 5 minutes for all the buybacks to come off cooldown. And they need that tier 2 tower gone. And they need to either force mega creeps or they go for the back door. That's the other option they've got. They could go around the back of it all and just push for the GG once Phantasm's off cooldown.
They might try to do just that.
No, they want kills in middle.
They need to catch Enigma.
S4, where's your jump? Does Enigma or... Yeah, because there's no ulti from Universe.
Enigma and Omni if they can.
This is a really bad position for EG. They got Arteezy. He grabbed Arteezy. Loda's on the way in. Mason bashed up. There goes your black hole. It caught Loda out. EGM's keeping him up. Mason comes back down again looking for Loda. It's a split up fight. There's Mason as well. Arcade. A lot of nuke damage, but Loda, now he finally gets himself away with a relocate out to safety from EGM. PBD, low on life entangled. Mason chasing that Admiral Bulldog. No resummon on this pair. 20 seconds on the sideline for it. There's still S4 back behind enemy lines. He can't get back to his own base. EGM relocates back out again, but actually EG weren't waiting for him.
He had such an easy target in actually either Omni Knight or Enigma, but chose to go for the Dragon Knight, and this could come back to bite them. 5 seconds on Phantasm.
Zai's not in the fight. There's no black hole.
There's no black hole, you're right.
They're going for the fight right now, taking out tier 4 towers. EG want to end this and get themselves a 6 key arena. Yeah, and look at Arteezy. He's getting melted down by Loda. EGM will give him the buff up. Mason will come in, but Admiral Bulldog focusing Universe down with the bear. EGM, he will get picked off here, but at the same time, there goes your Wraith King. Admiral Bulldog, remember, this is his last bear for 2 minutes, and PPD, they've got it. They've actually got Bulldog down for a full 100 seconds. They're backing up Loda. More Chaos Ball Stones, but Mason, repelled to try and protect him. Universe low on life. Arcade, he's on the sidelines. A pullback by Universe. It was almost enough with that reality rip, but Mason focusing on Loda. S4, he's got Blink Dagger Lasso. He could drag Mason back in again, but the repel's making it impossible. The Fortress being brought down. Universe, Loda gets the kill on him. Zai, you don't have enough physical damage. Mason, he's caught in the base. He got brought down by the Fortress. PPD and Zai, BKB's going. Where's those TPs coming back again? The black hole! He got Loda! He got all of Alliance left! Alliance! They're out! There is no more! EG will take the Fortress, and they will eliminate the defending champions in the group stage from the International 2014. What a play by EG! What a last hole as well to finish it on! Brilliant display of Dota from EG. Brilliant, brilliant display of Dota.
What a fantastic game. Even though Alliance get knocked out, that was just a beautiful game to get knocked out on.
It was. I don't think they really would think about.
I'm